Leo joined
bring
us
them
now.
all to hell.
We were just watching the trailer, and you just to say what you just said.
I've always wanted to be in a trailer that has the thumpy...
The drama.
Yeah.
Burn them all to hell.
Yeah.
There's a sense about Prime Target, which I've watched the first 3 or 4 episodes last night, that is really gripping. It felt very sort of Da Vinci Code-y, sort of there's underhand forces at work trying to control this extraordinary research that your character is obsessed with, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to achieve was, you know, it being about this kid who was so driven to just find out if there was a pattern in prime numbers, and he didn't realise that it was actually going to become one of the most dangerous things that he could do. And yeah, it's a real gripping...
It's really twisty.
Yeah, absolutely. And how he kind of takes...
I love a twist as well.
Yeah, like he takes his inspiration from nature and then it's all prime numbers. But Edward is a very different character for you to play. Well, how would you describe him?
Well, yeah, he is different. I knew that going in, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. It was a challenge. But I've sort of so far played characters that are very chatty, very friendly, very sociable, and he's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
He's just so driven that he can just reject people and can come off as very unfriendly and kind of awkward.
He's much more interested in numbers and maths.
Yeah, he loves numbers.
I've got a son who loves numbers. He's studying maths at university, and my wife as well. She did what you tried to do with this, which is when the boys were doing their GCSEs and A-levels, she went and did some more maths lessons so she could understand a bit more. So you had a few extra maths lessons to get you into the framework of what Edward's approach was.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Not very well. I mean, when I saw what the maths that I had to try and accomplish, I realised that I might just have to put the book down and memorise the stuff that yeah, because we had a maths genius as a consultant, and he came up with all the stuff that you'd see in the show, and I tried to understand it, but it's just it was a lost cause. So I just memorised it.
One of the wonderful things is the brilliant David Morrissey is in this with you as well, who I absolutely adore, and you get to work alongside him. What was that like?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I've followed David for years. You know, one of the first plays I saw was him in Hangman, the Martin McDonagh play, and then I saw him in Walking Dead, and he's one of those actors that doesn't miss, and he was just a real pro. He was just really good to work with and a friendly guy, and told me a lot about theatre that I didn't know, and yeah, it was a joy.
Yeah, he's very awesome.
Well, I'm very late to the party, I have to say this, but one day I am now, I think yesterday...
That is pretty late.
It is, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Hi there.
I'm really...
Welcome to 2025.
I think I'm clearing up. I've got a giant rubbish bag and I'm just throwing in empty cups and, like, dodgy old plates. It's so good. And people are so... And I understand why. Because people are so passionate about it. They even go on tours of the city and things...
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were now sort of tours happening.
Walking tours around Edinburgh to see all the locations from the show.
But that must feel great to you as an actor. Like, the characters are brilliant in it and the casting is amazing. And just the emotional kind of storyline of it all too.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I am incredibly proud of it, and it was one kind of wonderful thing to be part of something that people enjoy and lots of people see. But I didn't realise how touched people would be, and me. I've met some people now who have told me how much it meant to them, and I'd never experienced that before, so that was special.
And it was quite a big audition process for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Weren't there about 5 auditions that you had to go to?
About 5 auditions.
And you'd still got the tattoo from the previous part on White Lotus,
God,
is that right?
That down. Yeah, I walked in, the first time I walked into the room, I'd just forgotten that I had it on.
And what was the tattoo?
I secretly liked it. It was a cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga tattoo on your neck.
Cowabunga, yeah. And they
That's the tattoo there.
Oh, there it is. I missed that guy.
It's not really very Dexter, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not
and I'd walked in and they'd obviously decided that they liked me.
Yeah.
But when they saw the tattoo, they thought, OK, this would be a problem.
Maybe he's not right.
Yeah, yeah. But luckily, I think while I was, like, acting in the room, I just was doing some of this, and it just started to come off.
Yeah. But 5 auditions, they put you through the ringer, didn't they? What was the last one like? Surely you must have...
The last one was the worst, because I didn't realise that I'd walk into this little room and it was the director, 4 of the producers, and the casting director, and the showrunner, and I had to do all the kind of... I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, Kat.
Thank you very much.
But I had to do some of the worst bits in that room. So it was very stressful.
You worked hard to get the role. It's been a brilliant role. What was the audition process like for Bridget Jones? I mean, there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of focus on a role like that.
Yes.
It wasn't as
demanding.
Yeah, they didn't put me through the ringer as much, thankfully. No, I met with Lucy Bevan and we workshopped the role. It was initially supposed to be Scottish.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly, mine wasn't very good.
Did you do an accent
I did,
first of all?
yeah.
And then they went, oh, no, you can leave that.
Why don't we try it in English? So we sort of taped them both in English and Scottish. And I was nervous about doing Scottish anyway. My stepdad's Scottish. And
Right, OK.
Any Scotsman would tell you that, an Englishman trying to do a Scottish accent, even if it's perfect...
And your stepdad would have given you a hard time.
Oh, he would have given me, a really hard time about it.
But aren't some of the members of your family actors as well? So the fact that your stepdad did turn around and went...
Yeah. I mean, over the years, we've sort of teased him by doing Scottish accents, but I don't think he even realised that I was doing Bridget Jones until I was filming it. Yeah, anyway, I'm glad that I didn't have to do so.
But essentially, you're picking up the mantle of sort of the new Mr. Darcy in this film, the toy boy that's part of Bridget's life.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean...
What was she like to work with, Renée?
She's wonderful. She's one of those rare people that... Oh, look at her. She has just like an infinite supply of kindness and warmth and, everyone on set adored her, and she set a really good tone for just a healthy working environment for everyone. She's so much fun. I was really happy.
And you got we were saying you shoot it here. We're in White City, Shepherd's Bush, which is they're your ends. It's where you grew up.
Yeah, it's my stomping ground.
Amazing. Yeah. It's quite surreal that you're now working where you spent your life.
I know. It's a real trip down memory lane. I literally lived down Uxbridge Road. And would go to this Westfield all the time to
hang out with mates?
And like last-minute Christmas shopping. So, it was very special to be...
well, thank you for joining us today. The new show on Apple is great. It's called Prime Target, and it's out next Wednesday, the 22nd of January on Apple TV+.
And Valentine's Day is the big launch for Bridget Jones as well.
Another Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I'll be hooked again.
He's very big on Valentine's Day, young Leo here.
I'll be on the February the 14th.
By then, you're
not a year late.
A year late. Great to see you, Leo. Thanks.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.